Hey everyone. In our last episode, we sailed 261 nautical miles from Ensenada to Isla Cedros along the coast of Baja California. We're getting ready to make our next jump. We're headed from Isla Cedros now to Bahia Tortugas, or Turtle Bay. It's just about 40 nautical miles. We do get into a little bit of mild drama. So before we get into it, I want to give a huge shout out to my amazing crew, Andy from @Sailing Soleil. Make sure you're subscribed to Andy's channel as well. If you're not already, Andy's going to be posting his videos along this journey as well. Good morning. It's about 6 a.m. Sun's coming up. Beautiful Cedros. So I guess Cedros means cedar, and there's a lone cedar tree. Is that big tree there the lone cedar tree? I don't know. That's sailing vessel Swift. So we had dinner with those guys last night. Pretty cool dudes. They did the haha. So they went from I think Ventura all the way down to the Sea of Cortez, and they're just on their way back, so they're not rushing too much, but they're going the opposite direction back to California. We're going to debate on timing today. I think we'll probably leave around noon. Big thing is we want to get through the Canal de Kellar between the island and I think there's another island here, and cut through that pass. We can do a couple things. We can leave earlier today and we can go to Bahia Tortugas, which I wouldn't mind doing necessarily, and we can get ripped off by paying probably 2x what we should for diesel. Or we can continue on to Ascension, which would be somewhere between 85 and 100 nautical miles, depending on which way we go. About 20 hours underway, which means we could leave around noon or even a little bit later than that, and arrive tomorrow morning to pick up some fuel. But I think Turtle Bay is a cooler stop if we're going to stop and do anything else. So I don't know if we're ready to leave Cedros yet, because it's such a cool place. Tuesday, 8:25, and we are getting ready to bounce. So Andy and I just went through the weather forecast to take a look and see what's going on over the next week. And it looks, we want to make at least one more stop. And we've decided we're going to make for Bahia Tortugas, which is about 40 nautical miles away. It's about 8 hours to get there. So we're going to head there. We're going to give the dogs, the perros, some treats and get ripped off for diesel, I think is our plan. But we want to get out of there and make sure that we're there and come in daylight. We'll probably spend the night on the hook at Tortugas, and then I think we're going to sail all the way to Cabo from that. So if the weather changes, we may, the forecast looks a little bit different, but as of right now, we've got like a week, I think, of some pretty decent sailing conditions. And then getting into Tuesday, we've got some northerlies coming down the Sea of Cortez, which might make things a little uncomfortable. So we'd like to get in front of that. All right, we're gonna haul anchor, then we're gonna haul ass to Bahia Tortugas. All right, here we go. Anchor comes in a little faster when you're not in 100 feet of water. All right, we're off and up out. We got a little bit of a headwind as we're heading out. I think that'll change once we get through the Canal de Kellar. Adios, Isla Cedros, adios. So we've got about 40 miles or so. We're gonna get in somewhere around 4 p.m. So we should have just enough time to come into Bahia Tortugas with some daylight, which is why we bounced pretty quickly as soon as we made the decision. I'd prefer not to go in at night, so if we have any delays, we'll talk about that. Right now we've got about, we've got 5 to 6 knots on the nose, and we're feeling 12 apparent. I expect that's going to be coming after us quite a bit once we get south of the island, as we get towards the afternoon. So we'll see what the sailing situation looks like, but we're going to optimize for time today to try and get to Turtle Bay. We'll look for a good anchoring spot. We'll get ripped off on diesel and get our tanks filled, and then likely we will spend the night on the hook. We may bounce earlier. We'll talk about it. Given the time that we're going to be rolling in, we may decide just to stay overnighted. I'm gonna get another shot of this salt mining operation. So look how big this sucker is. Baja bulk.
Yeah, totally.
So we're just it's about 9:30. We're approaching the southernmost end of Cedros, about to transit the canal, the Canal de Kellar, Kellar Canal. We're taking it a little bit wide here. Just there's some kelp and stuff. We're gonna take it wide through the pass, just being our normal conservative selves here, and then we'll have land over to port. There's an island straight in front of us, and that island is Isla Navidad. This is why you want a line cutter. 10 a.m. and we just hit an underwater buoy. Not good.
Oh boy.
All right, we might see if we can get assist here, because I really don't want to dive this thing and have a mess. One option is to dive and see if we can free the line. The other one is to get an assist. We're gonna get the GoPro and see if we can find out.
Where's the boat hook?
It's tied up over there.
Okay. That's what we're gonna rig it to, yeah?
You can tape it to an oar or paddle if you want, it doesn't matter.
I mean, it's not gonna get us far enough down.
All right, Andy's rigging up the knife. Rigging knife on a little bit of a hand, putting a little bit of a lanyard on it so we don't lose it. And I just sharpened it, so it should be sharp. You can see we've got a pretty good tow here with the current. And don't really want to snag these guys or cut their line, but we do not have a choice. We may have already cut it somewhere.
Looks like it's already cut.
So we're gonna try and take care of this ASAP. So he's getting that ready. I'm gonna put the line, put the swim ladder overboard, and then we've got a line that he'll be tied to as well. This sucks. All right, we're gonna do a search of the situation down below here. See what we got. There's a hell of a current here.
Sure. If I go in, if I have to go in.
If you go in, you're gonna need a line.
Of course. Time to do it. We just hit an underwater buoy.
Swim ladder is deployed. Andy's got the undersized safety line on, and I'm gonna try and film a little bit of this. Jesus. Glad you weren't driving.
All right, Mitch. See you on the other side.
All right. Is that cold? I got a wetsuit.
It's all right. How about it?
Talk to me, Goose.
Almost free. No cutting.
What?
It might come off by itself in a sec. It's almost free. Stick up. Okay. Here we go.
What'd you do?
Unwrapped it.
Seriously?
We're free.
It
just unwrapped. On its own.
Shit.
Alright.
Did you do that?
I unwrapped it.
This guy right here. Hell to the yeah, bro.
Fucking A. That was scary. I was kind of hyperventilating a little bit. Just.
Well, I'm glad
water's
it's super
fucking
calm
cold.
conditions are.
We did it. We got it done.
So Andy was able to free it without having to cut the line. Pretty brilliant. You got a 1.5 knots of current pulling against that too. Well done. Holy crap. You ever want a crew that's dumb enough to jump overboard to rescue your whole entire boat? This guy right here. Hell to the yeah, bro.
That was scary.
Hell to the yeah.
Hyperventilating a little bit. Just.
Well, I'm glad
Water's
it's super
fucking
calm conditions or we would have been. I think I'm pretty confident I'm going to be flying in a line cutter. I used to have a spur, and then when I repowered, they didn't put it back on. I'm keen to get one now, just based on this experience alone. But I mean, we got up pretty darn lucky.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad wrap, and I kind of knew like instantly that we got wrapped. So rather than try and fight anything, I just stuck her in neutral, and you know, noticed pretty soon that we were tied up, and if I would have continued to try and power, it could have been an absolute disaster. But I gotta give all my props to my boy Andy to the G Garza. A total G on this trip. This was you know, I don't know how cold was the water.
Fucking freezing actually. It didn't feel bad with my hand, but then when I got in, I was almost hyperventilating, you know, that initial shock. So I had to sit there for a minute just to let my body acclimate. I didn't want to go down there and freak out. So it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, the water was cold and deep too, but it was also, the line started hitting the rudder a little bit, and we had about a 1.5 knot current. So we're actually making pretty good speed as we were coming through with the aid of this current through Canal de Kellar. And this was like an edge buoy, I think, with something sunk, with a line sunk or whatever. So they're stringing lines to multiple buoys. And I hope we didn't foul up their fishing gear or anything like that. Definitely not our intent. But that one, I'm thinking there was some, you know, maybe with the current or some weight that one was submerged. Because I've been watching, and I've been trying to keep my eyes open as we're going through. So I haven't been like face down on my phone through this passage. Go for it. Hang on. Okay, do it now. How's it looking? Pretty good. You can put it maybe just a little bit more tension on that staysail.
Same way, boss.
Let's hold her there. We may want to move the Traveler up.
To starboard?
Yeah, let's move the Traveler up to starboard. That's good. That's plenty. That's fine there.
I can just leave it there, right?
Yeah, just leave it. It's good. Let's try that right there. 11:16. Now the race is on to get to Bahia Tortugas before sundown. Outstanding crew, man. I really can't say more about this geezer. I mean, I could say more, but
nice.
Yeah, it's been an awesome journey so far. A little bit of drama. All right, we've got about 15 knots of true. The double reef in the main, we left it in from when we came in, and we are cruising around at just about hull speed. It's a little under 8 knots, flying along, and we got a little ways to go here before we take a hitch to port. When we do, we will adjust our sails. Probably we'll put our preventer back on at that point. So it's going to be about a 90-degree turn or so. So we'll be out with our preventer at that point. Look at this. If you can take it, just make sure the furling line's clear. I think you're good. You got your tether?
I do, and I've just...
Yeah,
we think alike, dog.
Just right around your neck. I love it.
It was
Seriously?
on myself.
You're on?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Swift on 6-9.
Kill dragger on 6-9er. We caught a lobster buoy, so we got a wrap around the prop as we were just starting to come through the Canal de Kellar. Over.
Oh man, you guys gonna be able to get it off?
Yeah, my boy Andy jumped over and he was able to unwrap it without cutting it. So luckily we stopped in time, but there was about a 1.5 knot current coming through here, and that, you know, made things a little bit interesting. Over.
Yeah, man. Well, good stuff jumping in.
Swift, I don't know if you still copy, but you're breaking up pretty bad on us. So we're running pretty deep, but we slowed down to about 5 knots just because we can't put a pole out really to starboard with the head sail. So we're going to go ahead and shake out the reefs on the main, and then see if we can get a little more speed going. Oh, and we've got the hydrovane deployed too, so just wanted to try and save the autopilot a little bit for more wear and tear. So we'll go on this heading for a little bit, probably warm up some tamales or whatever, and then we'll look at jibing into Bahia Tortugas. Wind's variable from 17 down to about 13 knots. It's been bouncing up, but we can get more speed for sure. Maybe rocking around a little bit with the main out, but that's okay. So Andy's gonna go forward with his harness, and we're gonna. The main has got it's got a ring, has a dog bone that's on the gooseneck. So there's a little prong. There's a little prong there at the gooseneck, and he's gonna, in the bullhorn, he's gonna pull the dog bone off the bullhorn. As I lower and ease the halyard a little bit, and then once that's free, we'll pull the halyard and let it up. Also, as he's getting ready to, as we lower, I will open up the reef clue, which is this black line, which is keeping the clue to the boom. So I'll let that up as we're easing as well, and then we'll take the main the rest of the way up. So in theory, we've got this nice tides track and slide. I think they used to call it strong track, which is a low friction stainless steel slides inside of a nylon kind of extruded insert that goes up to the mast, which makes it a lot easier for doing this stuff under load. And you know, hopefully this is a non-event, but we're gonna try and do this as expeditiously and as safely as we can.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and ease on the halyard a little.
Yes, sir.
Just tell me when.
When?
Okay, we got it. Now let's open this up. And let's get this wrapped. Give me a shout if I need to do anything. We got semi swimming behind us here. Sea lion. Just playing in our stern wake. Dude, we got a sea lion playing in our stern wake. So it's 3:15 and we're getting in pretty close to Bahia Tortugas. It's just up there on port. Got maybe about 7 miles to go. We're tracking to come in about 10 till 5. And the reason why we're running the engine, we've got 9.5 knots, which is enough for us to kind of ghost along, but the reason why we're running the engine with the main up is because we want to get there before dark. We had a little bit of delay with the snag on the lobster pot earlier, so sunset is at 4:45 p.m. so as it stands, we're going to be rolling in right after sunset, but we still should have some ambient light, and it's a pretty wide open anchorage, so we're gonna make haste to try and get to the anchorage as soon as we can while we still have enough ambient light there. You know, we'll be on lobster pot watch as we're coming in, but aside from that, I think we're you know, it's a pretty wide open anchorage, so hopefully no issues there. And then figured out how to optimize speed. So I got us an extra hour of daylight, bro. Good.
Time change?
Yeah, the time change. So we're officially in Baja California Sur. So we've got another hour. Here I was worried about coming in at dusk. You see the sun behind us. We've got plenty of daylight, so now we just need to watch for lobster pots and make our way in, and hopefully the ground tackle situation's good. This is 5 o'clock local time, and we've got a little bit of time before the sun goes down, thanks to correcting all the times with the time zone change. This is Bahia Tortugas. That's Turtle Bay. We're making our entrance. We've got about 10 knots, but it feels like 15 apparent since we're kind of heading into it now. And this is like a mile wide entrance. It's pretty big. We just kind of head towards the rocks on the starboard side to give a wide berth, coming around Punta Kelp, and then we want to avoid these rocks over here. We'll actually turn a little bit before that waypoint and head over towards the pier. We're on final approach in Bahia Tortugas. We've got the lighthouse there, Punta Kelpa, Punta Kelp. Think we know what that means. And then we've got a bunch of rocks that come out. Lighthouse here, and then you see these rocks. So stay well clear of that. And then you've got a mile opening, and then as you're coming south, as you're coming south, you really don't see the town until you kind of get to the entrance, because it's kind of hidden by these hills and everything. We are down in 22 feet, and we're out of ways, as Andy pointed out. We'll have a little bit of a jaunt to get in on the dinghy, but it's fine. I kind of like having enough room. We got plenty of swing room here, easily. Nice job on the anchoring.
What's your name again?
Keel dragger. So we've got, including us, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sailboats, and a fishing boat, and I don't know, panga or 2, and that's about it. Andy's getting the snubber ready, and I'm just kind of barking out orders. Put a little knot in the end of that.
I already did, bitch.
After all I put Andy through today, I'm surprised we had a mutiny hours ago.
That is his official name now.
All right. Well, I'm buying you the first beer tonight on the boat.
I was gonna say, and by that you mean the ones we have in the fridge?
Exactly. Maybe the ones that you paid for. What a great fucking trip. I can't believe that you were able to get us unsnagged.
That was mega. That was crazy.
That was
It was actually really exciting. You know, I know it's not something anybody wants to do, but you see it happen to everybody, and it was just our turn. You know, we didn't see that buoy, and we were keeping a pretty watchful eye. It just happened.
We made the decision this morning.
Yeah, we didn't really. Mark was saying, you know, he wanted to maybe just head down to Cabo, and he's been here before. I haven't, so I said, you know, hey, you know, I'm here this time right now. I'd like to see at least one more stop before we get to Cabo, and I talked him into coming.
We did talk about a short fuel stop at Ascension, and that still may happen, or we'll let these guys rake us on diesel here at about 2x the price. But you know, it's a small town, and these guys got to make money too. So from that perspective, I don't feel super bad about it. Oh, man, what time is it? It's captain's hour.
That's right, baby.
All right. Cheers, bro.
Cheers, brother. Cheers, everybody.
Andy, what's going on? What are you doing?
We're surrounded by pelicans, and I want to give them a little bread. I know they eat fish, but I have a feeling they need a little fiber in their diet. They don't like your light.
Oh, they don't like the light?
No, they don't like the light. They don't even like me. No, we're out. Forget it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, they don't like it.
Good morning, Wednesday morning. Here at Bahia Tortugas. Looks like we got but one boat heading out, maybe. 5 sailboats here at Turtle Bay.
Soon may the wellerman come, bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tugging is done, we'll take our leave and go. Huh!
These guys are bringing diesel. We're about ready for the diesel shakedown. We're going to put 30 gallons in the tank. And what is it? How much are they charging us per liter? A lot. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I forget.
We'll support the economy here. We know what we're doing. It's why eyes wide open. All right. See that fender right there? That's
oh, it got
the
burnt.
exhaust is right back here. I thought the exhaust was over to the side. We were running the heater the other day. We caught it, but no bueno. All right, this is the siphon trick. Hang on. Push it down a little bit further. All right, just shake it like a Polaroid picture. There you go.
Okay. Good pump.
Yeah.
The old trick.
Say keel dragger. All right, we got fuel going.
It's okay to take a photo of you guys?
Sí. En la TV podemos ver en la TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I busco me en la TV.
What's your name?
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Sailing Soleil.
Sele Sole.
Mine's keel dragger.
Sí. Me later busco la
Yeah.
the house.
Come together. I want to get a photo.
I do.
Okay.
Come back here because of the sun. Come over here.
All right, we're all fueled up. 20 gallons in the tank. Another 10 on deck. Is that right? We put 10 gallons in and we've got 10 gallons on deck. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we just added 10 to the tank.
La primera vez aquí.
No sé.
Something here.
Oh, no habla español, no habla inglés.
Poquito español.
No miro inglés. Nada.
Poquito. Espanol. Boat's name is Old and Moldy.
Old and moldy.
I think that's the smallest aft cabin I've ever seen. It's cool.
Poquito español, grande cojones. Nothing unsafe about this landing here, this dock. Perfectly safe.
OSHA approved.
All right.
Gracias, amigos.
Yeah, don't step on the same board as me at the same time, please. Well, I can see they've done a lot of improvements on this dock since I was here 3 or 4 years ago. The old pier. I messed up. The main reason for us coming here was because the last time I was here 3 or 4 years ago, I had these dogs escort us to the store and I didn't have any treats to get them, and I didn't think to get them any when we stopped at the grocery store on the way back. And we bought some dog treats in Ensenada, and then my dumb ass forgot them on the boat while we were busy looking at our provisioning situation and all that. So now our mission is to find a store, and
I can vouch for him being a dumbass.
he ought to know. I'm in good company here with this bro. Anybody that'd get on a boat for me for a crazy adventure like this.
Oh.
SV Stoked has some full-on stoke going on.
Look at this, Orion.
It's pretty
Got a
rad.
full skate park right here. They got a red
Puppy. Look at that dog. Looks like a little stone cold killer.
Totally.
He's a friendly little guy.
Yeah.
Post Captain and Coke frenzy last night. Decided we'd hydrate while we wait. These guys are push starting their truck. Pretty typical the main concrete road, and then you've got all the dirt roads with the dogs running around. Hardware station. What are the odds they have white lithium grease here? Oh, it's on a line. Here at the fuel dock. We're gonna, so this is the steps. This is where I came on last time, and I think where I disembarked before that. So
nice. We made it.
yeah, you may want to throw that line off, or
There's a line.
uh-oh. Do your thing, Andy.
Yeah, right.
All good.
Net over here, but I think Uma
Good
did
recovery.
like that.